What's going on, everybody? Stubbs here from Retro Handhelds. Today we are hands-on at Asus HQ in Taipei, Taiwan to take a look at the ROG Ally X, the latest from them, following up on their ROG Ally from last year. This is the white SKU. This year is just going to be the black SKU, one option, and it's going to be 1 terabyte of storage. That's a new 2280 that's upgraded from the 2230 they had before. So now you can do your own upgrades up to 4 terabytes or so, probably beyond if you want. And that's a nice option to have. Also, this comes now with 24 gigabytes of DDR5 RAM clocked at 7500 megahertz, which is just awesome, big improvement. 8 gigabytes dedicated to the GPU itself. Still the same Ally chipset as before, so you have the AMD Z1 Extreme in here, and a honking 80 watt hour battery, which is the largest we've seen in one of these x86 handhelds yet. And let's just unbox this thing and take a quick look. Expect a deeper dive video next week when I get one of these prototypes shipped to me, but in the meantime, new 8-way D-pad. It's mushy rubber membrane, it feels like, but there's a nice pivot. You can kind of feel a little bit of a click as you pivot through. Joysticks are new and improved. They're slightly smaller, but that's to accommodate different add-ons if you want to have some joystick caps, good concave, good grippiness there, and they're tighter too. So before, one complaint was they're a little bit loose, so these are nice and tight now. Ergonomic rounded edges compared to the first gen, which sort of had sharp edges, kind of dig into you a bit. This also now has 2 USB-C ports up top, 3.2 and 4. Micro SD card slot up here. They've now switched to a new controller, so I would not expect any issues from what they've said with any corruption of micro SD cards. Still have the fingerprint login, M1, M2 function buttons on the back, so these have been improved, and they're also easier to press. So if you open this up to swap with the SSD or something, there is a daughter board with a ribbon cable right here, so you're gonna have to unplug that when you open the case up, so that's one thing to keep in mind. L1 and R2 are nice and textured, and they sound quiet, very comfortable. L2 and R2 have a nice analog depression there. That feels good, and there is grippy texture on the back, which feels nice. And so far not seeing any fingerprints on this matte plastic, so it says ROG if you were to zoom in there. Face buttons are rubber membrane on this one again, but they have raised the face buttons by about 2 millimeters from the original one. So you get a little more play and travel there, which that feels improved. 2 front firing stereo speakers, minimal branding, same screen as before. This is 120 Hertz VRR IPS display, running at 1080p. Not much else to say about the box right now. There's a 65 watt charger built in, and then you have the usual stand, but now this supports holding 2 Allies. There we go. Put one in back. Boom. Let's turn this bad boy on. So it has a quick resume option. 13 watt is the new standard for silent mode. I've talked to them about doing a retro mode that downclocks to 7 watts. They're even trying to work on a 4 watt TDP, which is freaking awesome. But this is gonna scale all the way up to turbo mode, which is 25 watts, but you can go to a maximum of 30 watts on the TDP. And currently the lowest is 7, but again, 4 is something that may be in the works here. So 13 watt, that means that you can run silent fan mode. It's gonna be very quiet, and you can still play your AAA games. For retro emulation, again, I'd like to see that drop further than this. Screen, again, is a 1080p display, and you can still use your RSR, so you can do 720p, upscale it. You still have the Aura lighting. Because of the way the vents work, so air pulls in here, pushes out through the left and the right, and now there's a third vent for the screen, so the screen is not getting as hot. So thermals I'm finding much improved, and having this 80 watt hour battery is just crazy. If you're running this on the lowest TDP, 80 watt hour for emulation purposes, for 2D indie titles and things like that, I mean, you might be seeing just crazy battery life improvements, double the battery life of the first one. Weight is not bad at all. It's a little bit increased, but it's nicely balanced. So I would say that's a happy trade-off for me. And if you're wondering about the ROG Ally pillow, well, apparently there's a refresh coming for the X, so yeah, apparently better ergonomics, nice and squishy, so fluffy. Playing some Elden Ring here, and we are getting a 60 FPS. We're running at a performance mode, 17 watt TDP. So if you know the Ally screen from before, you kind of know what to expect here. It's just a nice crisp IPS. Let's go. Yeah, having that tighter joystick response though is really nice. The frame limiter's off. We are running at a 60 hertz refresh. So let's get that into turbo. This guy's trying to kill me. Oh my god. And the speakers sound nice. Listen to those front firing speakers there. The only thing I really have concerns on right now is just the software. So we're gonna have to see, let's turn this down a bit. We're gonna have to see how the software handles in Windows. Armory Crate is in a nice spot, but you still have to deal and contend with some of that Windows jank. Don't love having Copilot as an option here in Windows 11. Would like to see that disabled, as well as have this come with a dark mode by default. But beyond that, Armory Crate's one of the better third-party implementations I've seen for having a nice UI control. All right, so more thoughts to come. That's just a quick look. So overall, I would say, yeah, I love the improved ergonomics, the giant battery life, having that 80 watt hour in there, the balanced weight, improved D-pad, improved joysticks, controls there, improved face buttons, improved shoulders. Hardware-wise, yeah, can't go wrong. This is gonna be up for sale for $799 USD, just the one SKU in black here, 1 terabyte hard drive, 24 gigabytes of RAM. There's gonna be no Z1 this time around. They'll still support the Gen 1 as well, so you're still gonna see that. That may come down in price as well. But this one, being $799, having the AMD Z1 Extreme, you're getting the improvements in the battery life, ergonomics, face buttons, not bad at all. And the SD card issue, again, should not be a thing on this model. They've also increased the warranty on the first Gen 1 if you do run into that issue as well. They can fix that. But 2 USB ports, really nice to have up here. That's something I'd love to see other manufacturers have. Yeah, it's just a solid device. It just feels solid. And if you can get around the Windows jank and they can figure out Armory Crate to where it launches straight in, you're not gonna have any bugginess happen, then I think easy recommend. But right now, I wanna see the software improved and the hardware I'm very happy with for this revision. An Ally 2, we're gonna have to wait and see. Nice refresh, would like to see this in white just as an option. There you go. Quick thoughts on the new Asus ROG Ally X. Until the next one, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay in the know for all of your favorite retro handhelds, and there should be more coverage from me soon from Computex. Until the next one, this has been Stubbs with Retro Handhelds. Take care of those handhelds, everybody, and each other. Bye. Very exciting here with Asus. Now we have all the fun engineering internals, but the Ally X, the Ally Pillow, which we all know and love, is getting a refresh as well, potentially. Please tell me about this.
Yeah, so this is our ROG Ally pillow, and with the launch of the ROG Ally X,
yes,
I think we're certainly thinking about making this make a sibling to it, the Ally X pillow.
Are we gonna have better ergonomics on the new pillow?
Yes, with rounder edge, like better control your hand and better joystick and everything. Yeah.
This is fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much.
No problem.
We're very excited. We're very excited from our pillow. Stay tuned for the new pillow refresh, and also the X, which is really cool as well.